Hello student, welcome to my class 12 class. I have already discussed the method of charging of electrostat. Today I will discuss about the Coulomb's law in vacuum form and dielectric constant. Now let's start. Firstly, what is Coulomb's law? Okay, the attraction or the repulsion force between 2 point charge is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the charge and is the directly proportional to the product of the magnitude of two charges, and this force acted along the line joining of the two charges. Okay, we know the same charge oppose each other and the opposite charge attract each other, so there is a force. So coulombs measured the magnitude of the force. Okay, now the Coulomb's law have some limitation. Coulomb's law have some limitation. That is the condition. When the Coulomb's law can apply. Okay. The Coulomb's law can apply only to the point charge. Okay. That is the size of the charge object is negligible relative to their distance. Okay. That is the charge is point charge. Okay, so Coulomb's law only apply for point charge, not big charge. Now the mathematical form of Coulomb charge. Okay, mathematical form of Coulomb charge. Now if you consider two charges q1 and q2 are separated at distance or by the distance r in vacuum. Okay, that is in vacuum. Okay, this is the q1 and q2 charge. Okay, and distance between q1 and q2 are r. So according to the Coulomb's law, the magnitude of the force is F equals to k q1 q2 by square. This formula we can get from Coulomb's law. Okay, from Coulomb's law. Coulomb says that the force, that is the attraction or repulsion force, is inversely proportional to the distance between the 2 point charges and directly proportional to the product of the magnitude of the two charges. Okay, so where k is the proportional constant. Okay, which depends on the medium and the unit system. Okay, so k is different for different unit system and different medium. Okay, now in CGS system, k equals to 1 for vacuum. Okay, so here we put k equals to 1, then we get F equals to q1 q2 by square. Sorry for this, here is capital Q1 capital Q2 and small q1 and small q2, that is also capital small q1 and small q2. Okay, that is also small q1 and small q2. Okay, so for CGS system F equals to q1 q2 by r square. In SI system, the value of k is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. What is epsilon 0? Epsilon 0 or epsilon naught. You can say epsilon naught. Okay, epsilon equals to permittivity. Okay, permittivity of vacuum, or permittivity of air medium. Okay, permittivity of air medium. So in CGS system, F equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2 by r square. We can replace 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 in we can replace k by 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 for SI system. Okay, Now, if you take all the physical quantity in SI system, okay, then epsilon 0, what is the value of epsilon 0? That is, the value of epsilon 0 is 8.854 into 10 to the power minus 17 meter square per Newton into, sorry, Coulomb square per Newton into meter. Okay, that is the unit of epsilon. What is epsilon? Epsilon is the permittivity of a medium, air medium. That is epsilon naught. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, if we put the value in epsilon 0, so we get 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 equals to 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Okay. So F equals to, if we replace the 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 by 9 into 10 to the power 9, we can get this formula. F equals to 9 into 10 to the power 9 K1 K2 by square. Okay, this is for SI system. Okay, student, for SI system. Okay, now from this equation we can get many things. That is the definition of charge. Okay, firstly, the definition of charge for SI system and for CGS system. For CGS system, now firstly for SI system. The SI system, if we consider Q1 Q2 is equal to 1 Coulomb, okay, and R equals to 1 meter. Okay, then F equals to 9 into 10 to the power 9. Okay, 9 into 10 to the power 9. 9 into 10 to the power 9. So we can get the definition of 1 Coulomb charge. 1 Coulomb charge. How can it get? So 1 Coulomb is the charge that, where placed at a distance of 1 meter from another charge of same magnitude, same magnitude in vacuum, experience an electrical force of repulsion or attraction. Okay, here we can get repulsion because the same sign charge. Okay, 1 Coulomb. So the force of repulsion of magnitude 9 into 10 to the power 9. Okay, so 1 Coulomb charge is the charge that, where placed at a distance of 1 meter from the another charge of same magnitude in vacuum, experience the electrical force of repulsion of magnitude 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton. Okay, this is the definition of 1 Coulomb charge. Now from this we can also get the unit of K. Okay, here we unit of K, that is the Newton meter square per Coulomb. From the Coulomb's law mathematical form, then we can get the unit of K. How? Now F equals to K Q1 Q2 by R square. So K equals to F into R square by Q1 Q2 equals to the unit of F, or that is the force unit of force in SI, that is Newton. Okay, R, what is the unit of R? That is the meter, and here is square, so meter square by unit of charge, that is Q1 equals to Coulomb and also Coulomb. So Newton meter square per Coulomb square. Newton into meter square per coulomb square. This is here Newton meter square per coulomb square. Okay, Newton meter square per coulomb square. That is the unit of K. You can get the unit of K in SI also. So here the CGS unit of force is 9, and into same the length, the CGS unit of length, that is the R, length of R equals to centimeter, so centimeter square, so 9 into centimeter square by ESU square. Okay, or stat coulomb square, that's the unit of K. Later we talk to about the unit of K in CG system. Okay, now we get also the unit of epsilon 0. Okay, from this equation F equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R square. Okay, so epsilon 0 equals to F 4 pi, sorry, so F equals epsilon 0 equals to Q1 Q2 also 4 pi also by F into R square. So unit of Q1 and Q2 is in SI system, that is the coulomb, so coulomb square, so coulomb square by, there is no unit, it is a integer value, there is no unit, this has no unit. Okay, so and the unit of F is Newton in SI, and also the unit of R in SI is meter, so meter square, so coulomb square by Newton into meter square, that is the unit, coulomb square by Newton into meter square. Okay, so from the Coulomb's mathematical form we can get the unit of proportional constant K, we can get the unit of epsilon 0, that is the permittivity of the medium, and we can also get the definition of 1 coulomb charge. Okay, if we take the Coulomb's mathematical form in CGS system, then we get F equals to Q1 Q2 by R square. Okay, here K equals to 1, K equals to we put K equals to 1 because in CGS system K equals to 1 for vacuum. Okay, so we can also get the definition of charge in CGS system. Okay, so if Q1 Q2 is equal to 1 ESU, okay, 1 ESU, then and also the R equals to 1 centimeter, then F equals to 1 dyne. Okay, so 1 ESU is the charge that when placed at a distance 1 centimeter from another charge of same magnitude in vacuum, okay, experience the electrical force of repulsion of magnitude 1 dyne. Here we can replace 1 meter by 1 centimeter and 9 into 10 to the power 9 by 1 dyne and 1 coulomb by 1 ESU in this definition of 1 coulomb charge, and we get the definition of 1 ESU charge also. Okay, from this definition we can get the definition of 1 ESU charge. How can get? We can replace 1 coulomb charge by 1 ESU charge, 1 meter by 1 centimeter and 9 into 10 to the power 9 Newton by 1 dyne. So we can get the one definition of one ASU charge. Okay. Now the next. Now if we put these two charges in a medium that is not the vacuum, okay, any other medium where the permittivity is epsilon, okay. So we can get the mathematical form of Coulomb's law, mathematical forms of Coulomb's law, that is F equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon, not epsilon not, that is epsilon. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon Q1 Q2 by I square, where epsilon is the permittivity of this medium, okay, epsilon is the permittivity of this medium. Now here epsilon and in vacuum epsilon 0, between them there is a relation, okay. This relation is this: epsilon equals to k into epsilon naught, okay. Here k is different meaning, here k is the different, and this k is different. This is the proportional constant, okay. Here is capital K. We can write this the capital K, okay. And so this is the proportional constant, and this is the this K is called the relative permittivity or the dielectric constant, okay. Here we can also can write epsilon equals to epsilon r into epsilon naught, okay. The epsilon r is also relative permittivity. Here k, small k and epsilon r are the same. Here k and small r are the same meaning. K is a dielectric constant or relative permittivity, or epsilon r is the k is relative permittivity or k. These two quantities are same, okay. Epsilon r is called relative permittivity and k is called dielectric constant. Two quantities are same, okay. Now the form of Coulomb's law in any medium. So the general form of Coulomb's law, that is the F equals to 1 by 4 pi k epsilon 0 q1 q2 by I square. Here epsilon is replaced by this formula, epsilon equals to k epsilon 0, small k epsilon 0. Here epsilon is replaced by k epsilon 0, and we can get the new formula, that is the general formula of Coulomb's law. F equals to 1 by 4 pi k epsilon 0 q1 q2 by r square, okay. Now next the Coulomb's law in vector form, okay. The vector form of Coulomb's law. How can get the vector form of Coulomb's law? Now we consider two charges q1 and q2, okay, q1 and q2, and we let the position vector with respect to center O, that is 0 0 point. The position vector of q1 with respect to center is r1 vector, and the position vector of q2 with respect to center is r2 vector, okay. So let the position vector of charge q1 q2 r1 vector and r2 vector respective, okay. Okay. So the position vector of q1 and q2 is r1 and r2 vector, okay. Now the position vector of q2 with respect to q1 is r21 vector, Okay, the position vector of q2 with respect to q1, the position vector of q2 with respect to q1, that is r21 vector. Okay, and the position vector of q1 with respect to q2, that is r12 vector. Okay, so we can see the arrow. It is arrow, and it is the direction of r21 vector, and that is the direction of that is the direction of r12 vector, that is the direction of r21 vector. Okay, now the from this figure, from this figure we can see the magnitude of the vector r21 and r12 are same. Okay, and the magnitude of r21 is mod of r21, mod of r21. Okay, mod of r21, that is the magnitude of r21 vector, and our magnitude r12 vector is, the magnitude of r21 vector is r12, mod of r12 vector. Okay, so these are equal, because from this figure we can see that this is the fixed distance between q1 and q2. Okay, the only the another things here, the direction of the two vectors are different. Okay, but the magnitude of the two vector is same, that is the r21 vector, mod of r21 vector equals to mod of r12 vector, that is the magnitude of the two vectors are same. And we can get the unit vector in the direction of r21 vector, and also we can get the unit vector of in the direction of r12 vector. Okay, so unit vector in the direction of r21 vector is equal to r21 cap. Unit vector or in the direction of r21 vector, okay, is r21 cap, and r21 cap equals to, we know the any vector, suppose any vector a, so the unit vector in the direction of vector a equals to, that is a cap equals to the main vector by the the magnitude of this vector. Okay, so the ratio of the vector and the magnitude of the vector is called the unit vector. So in the unit vector in the direction of r21 vector is r21 cap is equal to r21 vector by the magnitude of the r21 vector. Okay, so and here also we can get the unit vector in the direction of r12 vector, and this is the unit vector of r12 vector. Unit vector of r12 is equal to r21 vector by the magnitude of r21. Here we can see also. ठीक है sir? Now we can tell us, well, we can write the r21 vector equals to minus of r12 vector from this figure, and also can write r21 cap equals to r12 cap is equal to minus of r21 cap. These two unit vectors are in the different direction. Okay, in the different direction. So Coulomb's law, now the Coulomb's law, from the Coulomb's law, the force on Q2, the force on Q2 due to Q1, Okay, the force on Q2 due to Q1 is F21 vector. That is the 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0, 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R21 square. Why R21 square? Because the position vector of Q2 with respect to Q1 is R21. Okay, so F21 vector equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by R21 square into R21 cap. That is the direction of the force. That indicates the direction of force of F21. Okay, that is the, so the F21 vector act along the unit vector of F21, sorry, R21, that is R21 unit vector. So F acting along R21 unit vector. Okay, now this equation we can replace the F21 vector equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 by the, here R21 cap replaced by R21 vector by R21 magnitude of R21, this equation R21 cap replaced by this. Okay, so if we put the in place of R21, the R21 vector by R21, and here also R21 square, so we can get 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 R21 Q by R21 vector. In terms of R21 vector, we can get here the power of R21 is Q, and in terms of unit vector we can get the power of R is 2. Okay, so this is so vital. Okay, now this force, now here we can see the force acting on the two charge, the F21, if the Q1 and Q2 both are positive, Q1 and Q2 both are positive, then they repels each other, so the direction of F21 and F12 are the different. Here we can see, okay, we can see, here we can see, okay, you can see F21, direction of F21, and if Q1 get Q2 less than equals to 0, that is if the two charges signs are different, the one is positive, other is negative. Okay, so the force is attractive. Here we can get the direction of force in the same side, okay, in the same line, or you can see. Okay, now the force on Q1, okay, the force on Q1 due to Q2 is that is, this is the force on Q1 due to Q2. Okay, that is the F12. Okay, the F12 equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q1 Q2 and R12 square, and which direction? R12 cap, that is the R12 unit vector, in the direction of R12 unit vector. Okay, so F12 act along the unit R12 cap, sorry, R12 cap. Okay, now here we can get that the R12 cap equals to minus of R21 cap. If we replace R12 cap by minus of R21 cap, then we can get the opposite, that is the minus 21 cap. If we put, that is the 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 q1 q2 by r, and we also get the r12 magnitude, the value of r12 vector and r21 vector are same, so we can write the r12 in terms of r21, so r21 is square, and r12 unit vector in terms of minus of r21 unit vector. Okay, you can write, so minus is this is minus f21 force, so we can get the f12 vector is equal to minus of f21 vector. From this we can see the Coulomb's law agree with the Newton's third law. Okay, we can tell that the Coulomb's law agree with, that is the Coulomb's law agree with the Newton's third law. Okay, from this equation we can tell. Okay, now at the beginning we can say that the terms dielectric constant. Okay, the dielectric constant, that is k. Okay, that is k. The dielectric constant. What is the dielectric constant? The dielectric constant is the ratio of the permittivity in any medium to the permittivity of vacuum. That is called dielectric constant. Okay, that is called dielectric constant. From here we can see that epsilon equals to epsilon 0 into epsilon r. We already tell us the epsilon r equals to epsilon k, small k, also small k is the dielectric constant, and epsilon equals to relativity, that is also same quantity. Okay, so the force equation F equals to q1 q2 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 epsilon r pi r square, where epsilon r is the relative permittivity of the medium and is the dimensionless, also dimensionless because is the ratio of the two permittivity, so is the dimensionless. And epsilon r is also denoted by k. We can tell us already. Okay, we can tell us already epsilon r equals to k. The epsilon r, that is the relative permittivity and dielectric constant are same. Okay, and the k is known as dielectric constant of the medium. So this is the relation. This is the important relation for the dielectric related problem. Okay, now we can also says that the k equals to force in vacuum by force in the medium. Okay, so dielectric constant is the ratio of permittivity of two medium. You can tell us already. Okay, so it has no unit and it is just a number only, So its value is same for any measurement system. That is the very important. It has value, its value is the same for any measurement method. Okay, any measurement method, its value is same. Okay, whose value? Dielectric constant. In CGS system, the dielectric constant and permittivity of medium is the numerically equal. Okay, in CGS system, dielectric constant and permittivity of a medium is numerically equal, but it has a unit, ESU square per dyne per centimeter square. We already tell us. Okay, already tell us the unit of K, that is ESU square per dyne per centimeter square. Now the dielectric constant of Obro is 5.4 and permittivity of the Obro is 5.4 ESU square dyne per centimeter square. That is the dielectric constant. It has unitless. Okay, it has no unit, but the permittivity of the unit, but the same magnitude, but the permittivity has unit. Okay, now in SI system, the permittivity of rho is epsilon equals to K epsilon 0, that is the multiplied by permittivity of vacuum into dielectric constant, that is the dielectric constant K equals to 5.4 and the magnitude of and the value of the epsilon 0 is 8.854 into 10 to the minus 12. So we can get 4.78 into 10 to the minus 11 centimeter square per Newton per centimeter square per Newton per meter square. Okay, so this is also very important. Here the statement, these few statements are very important for the problem set. Okay.